Welcome back to Guitar Search Saturdays. My name's Shane. We're here at the Guitar Colonel in Hawthorn in Victoria, Australia. I haven't been to the Guitar Colonel now for at least 7 years, so it's great to be here again. The Guitar Colonel is a consignment shop and he has some of the best used instruments you're going to find, whether that's acoustic or electric guitars, bass guitars or whatever. There's plenty of great stuff here. Anthony's an absolute legend. He's a comedian in a former life, so we'll have a chat to him as well because he's always got something funny to say. And we'll talk a little bit about the store and just some of the standout pieces in his mind. But we're going to give you a run through the shop first and just show you some of the things that have caught my eye. A massive thank you to Rhyannon behind the camera for her help with this. If you can, folks, please drop a thumbs up. All that stuff really helps. If we get this to 500 or 1,000 thumbs up, it really helps the channel get found and this particular series, which is not sponsored whatsoever. So yeah, any support like that is greatly appreciated. It's a really cool store. Rhiannon's in there doing stuff. So we're gonna get in here and check it out. So let's do it. Welcome to the Guitar Colonel. Let's go in.
You may have noticed the sign on the front of the store saying that the Guitar Colonel was upstairs, but due to the enormity of all the great consignment gear here, there's so much that it's consumed both levels. And this is what makes the Guitar Colonel special. Not only are the guitars crammed in all over the store, but every time you visit, there'll be something different. The Guitar Colonel is full of character. There's posters and little bits and bobs all over the store. But we're going to start by looking upstairs first because this is where I think some of the coolest stuff is.
All right, let's go upstairs and check this out. So as you can see, there's lots of cool stuff on the walls. There's a collage of all the great players and musicians and so forth that have come in here, and many of which I recognize. Check that out, that's pretty cool. All right, we've got a cameo from Dr. Rick right here. There he is, playing his tele. Awesome shot. This is the view from halfway up to the top floor. It's already a good sign. There's bass guitars and some really beautiful pieces on the wall. This place has got a whole lot of mojo. Ooh, Gretsch. Beautiful, check this out. Guitars, more guitars down there. More guitars on this wall. Rhiannon filming more guitars. She's earning her keep right here. All right, let's go into this main guitar room here. So as soon as you walk in, you're greeted with a wall of Gibsons, all kinds of different ones. And we'll take a look at those in just a moment. This wall right behind me here is full of the Fender Strats and Tallies and so forth. So if you're a Fender fan, there's a lot of good stuff. And have a look at this. One of the most underappreciated guitars here, the Fender Stevie Ray Vaughan Custom Shop electric guitar. It's got the reverse trim right there, beautiful. Got the scratch plate etched. And there is the headstock with the signature. This Fender wall has all the cool stuff. If you take a look at the top row here, these are all basically custom shop electric guitars. So if you're a doctor or a lawyer, you can get those. This beautiful looking Strat is the American Professional 2. Now, if you would have guessed that this was a Rosewood neck, you would be exactly right. Now, this is a limited edition one in sort of like a shell pink, which I actually think looks pretty nice. You can be the judge for yourself, but yeah, the interesting thing with this one, I thought for sure it was going to be really heavy. It isn't. So yeah, it's not a backbreaker like a lot of, you know, Rosewood neck guitars would be normally. So yeah, Fender did a great job on this one. This Telecaster right here is the right-hand version of my lefty Fender American Original 50s Tele, which I just sold actually. But one of the great things about this, it had the best neck on any Fender Tele I'd played as lefty. Nice, chunky, big piece of maple here. It's beautiful. But the benefit of this guitar also was it wasn't heavy, and the pickups in here are phenomenal. If you're looking for a Tele that sort of plays and feels like a custom shop guitar, but doesn't have that price, these are really cool.
The Guitar Kernel has a whole lot of vintage Strats, including this one, which we'll talk to Anthony about in just a moment, so stay tuned.
Now over here, look at all these beautiful semi-hollow body electric guitars, including an Explorer. Well, that's not technically a hollow body one, but you know, it is still really nice. But they've got an ES335 here in cherry red. Man, the top on this looks great. And how's this one here? This is a 347, which you don't see every day. So yeah, beautiful looking electric. We've got a couple of pointy guitars over here, including this Gibson Flying V. Looks like it's in beautiful condition. And we've got this black Explorer, which I wasn't sure was a Gibson at the start because of the EMGs, but it absolutely is. So I don't know if it's been modded or not, but yeah, there it is. One of the really cool things with the Guitar Kernel is all of the details on the walls, and it's just a great space. Lots of natural lighting in here as well in this particular room. It just gives you a really great vibe, and I'll show you a few of the posters here as well up close because it's really quite cool. How's this? One of my favorite overdrives of all time, the Maxon Overdrive Pro OD820. I've still got one of these. It's basically like a 2-in-1. If you have the gain control down most of the way, it turns into a straight up clean boost, or you can blend the gain back in and get more of your traditional tube screamer sound. These give you a little bit more headroom. They run at about 18 volts internally through some circuitry wizardry. But yeah, great pedal. They are quite a bit bigger than, you know, your standard sort of TS9 or whatever, but yeah, I really love this. They stack beautifully with something like the Klon. It's great to see some Australian-made gear in here as well. We've got the Mozztronics tube driver, which has a real 12 AX7 in there. These are made in Melbourne, Australia. And we've got the GD1 Bone Breaker. Very cool. Yeah, these look like they would absolutely wallop the front end of your amp. This is the House Blues Junior by the looks of it. It's been to hell and back and survived. So yeah, great looking Blues Junior. Obviously the speaker is exposed here, but I love this brown Tolex. We've got a Kemper profiling amp on the floor. Here's an interesting find. This is a Silvertone electric guitar. Very sort of reminiscent of a Dan Electro in terms of its kind of sparkly finish here, but all the tuners are on one side, which makes it a little bit more unique, but the case itself has a built-in amplifier and speaker. Man, this is wild. Unbelievable. Model 1457. And just, yeah, a really sort of different and unique piece. Check it out. Right after the room we were just in, we've got this little hallway here, which has a whole lot of guitars and bass guitars. One of the guitars that caught my attention here was this Gibson Les Paul Special. Take a look at this, right? So if we go down here, you see it's a double cutaway and it's been relicked as well. So you'll either like that or you won't, but we get a set of P90 pickups in here and we get the standard controls down over on this side. But the relic job actually looks pretty wild. I noticed too that the neck has been relicked. There you go, you can have a look at that. And whoever did the job on this, the headstock has really legit looking sort of checking on it as well. But you can be the judge in the comments. Just heaps of cool stuff. Well, look at that. What is that? That's a Gibson Chet Atkins. Wow, it's got the Bigsby. Man, that's beautiful. I've never seen one of these before. Again, another great reason to come to a shop that does consignment. You don't see the same thing you see everywhere else. Here's a beautiful made in Japan Ibanez electric guitar. 2 humbuckers. Beautiful. A couple of my friends have these exact guitars and they're really beautiful. You get the nice gold hardware on the pickup covers here as well as the bridge. And this was gold once upon a time too, so it's been, you know, well played and well loved. Yeah, just a really stunning piece. Oh, we've got some nice air conditioning in here for the acoustic range and some more Archtops and semi-hollow bodies as well. There's definitely some unique pieces in here. It's a lot of Ibanez, Cole Clark, Martin, Silvertone. Very cool. More on this side. Wow, cool, man. On the opposite side of the wall, we've got an Epiphone right here. Man, that looks stunning. Beautiful. So there's heaps of cool stuff in here. Got a Dobro. Man, I love these things. Look at that. All right, what do you think of the Guitar Kernel, Rhyannon?
It's amazing. Such good stock. So much stock.
What's your favourite guitar so far that you saw? You don't have to list it by name if you're not sure.
It's called a Washburn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, who's this dude? He looks groovy as. I don't know what all the knobs do, but I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's finally something I can afford for you.
Oh, no.
Washburn. Guys, if you can, leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. I always appreciate it. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think of the Guitar Colonel here. It's a great shop with a whole lot of really cool stuff. So I hope you're enjoying the video. Let's get back to it.
How are you?
How you doing? Thanks for having us in again.
Goodness.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been way too
Yeah,
long.
apparently 7 years, but I actually thought it was 10. Shane looks exactly the same. I unfortunately,
I think we're both doing all
I'm a
right.
bigger shadow of my former self.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, well, welcome. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
No worries. Thanks for having us. Yeah, the new shop is stunning. So tell us a little bit about the store since you've moved and when you first started.
Yeah, so, well, this year is our 20th anniversary.
Yeah,
so,
great.
we started before you were born, Shane.
Oh, yeah, I wish.
All right, enough jokes. No, we moved out. We were in South Melbourne for a long time, as some people may remember. So I think we were there for about 12 years. And I think right at the end of the lockdowns, it was just time to move. We were running out of space.
Yeah.
We wanted a ground floor and an upstairs and that sort of thing. So I think we opened November 21, whatever the last year of the lockdown was.
Yeah.
And we've been here ever since. I like it. It's very different than South Melbourne. Most people in South Melbourne, if you find them falling over, it would be, you know, whatever they're doing there. But here, it's just old people falling over. It's much nicer. So it's good. And we don't, we're mainly a consignment business now. So again, very heavy on Fender and Gibson and vintage. But I'm just lucky. I think I'm just old, and other old people bring their stuff to me. So that's what happens.
You got so much stock. Like I can't believe how much stuff you've got in here. I went to the old shop back in the day and yeah, I just don't remember this amount of guitars. I could be wrong, but is there more now than?
There's definitely more now.
Yeah.
Back in South Melbourne, we were doing some consignment stuff, but not like now. So stuff would come in and I would just take a quick picture of it and post it. But so much stuff was coming in, I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I'd get my phone and just is it a gimbal stick?
Yeah, gimbal stick. Yeah.
And I would film it, and then that's what I do now. So, and I drink beer and I film guitars.
Not a bad job.
Bad for your health, maybe, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're pretty happy here.
I saw all the photos and stuff on the wall of all your guests. It's great. Like I recognize a lot of them. So not all of them, but you've had some pretty famous people come through.
Yes, yeah, we had Noel Gallagher. We had we've got Fame Exploitation poster number 3 being printed at the moment. But Danny Minogue came in and
yeah,
she was yelling and screaming and rock and roll, and I thought, oh, who is that? I'm kind of blind, I didn't really notice. But then when I figured out who it was, I was like, oh, Danny,
yeah,
please, that's so funny. Can I get a photo? And then I sent that photo to everyone. Merry Christmas from Danny and I. Happy Bar Mitzvah from Danny and I.
Yeah.
My relatives are like, is Lily still around? No. It's a Minogue family.
Yeah, for our overseas viewers might not know who that is, but if there's a photo, I'll get a close-up of it and we can put it on screen and then you'll understand what's going on.
You might know Kylie.
Yeah, Kylie.
I do have a photo. I'll give you a photo. But you might know Kylie Minogue. She's very short. She would barely be able to see over this table.
It's about my height then.
She's half your height.
Oh, well, really?
She's probably descended from the hobbits of Indonesia. I don't know. Got that bit.
We might follow you around just if you've got time to show us 2 or 3 of your favourite guitars on display.
Let's do that.
All right,
give you
cool.
a tour.
All right, awesome.
Hello and welcome, Shane.
Thank you.
Upstairs, main room. What can I show you? I'll show you, because I love celebrities so much, let's do some celebrity stuff. This bass is, in fact, Glenn Wheatley's bass. And Glenn Wheatley used to manage John Farnham. And Glenn Wheatley has passed away, but his lovely wife Gaynor brought this in. So it's a 1973, almost like the Jack Cassidy bass from. In fact, I think
There's the pickup on this thing.
that looks nice on you, sir.
Thank you.
It makes you look younger, I think.
I'm going to switch to playing right-handed.
There you go.
Wow, look
But
at
yeah,
this.
cool old thing.
Yeah, stunning.
Yeah, Glenn Wheatley was also in The Master's Apprentices, if I didn't say that before. But do what you want to do, be what you want to be.
Yeah, great.
So there you are. So that's cool.
Awesome.
We'll put that here. What else can I show you? Let's go. Do you need a Fender, Shane? Because
Always.
I have a wall of them. This is kind of special. Let me put down my mug of water.
Yeah, nice.
That's a 1962 Strat.
Yeah.
It's a refin, but almost enough to make you leave the evilness of left-handed and switch to right-handed.
Man, it's nice and light. Wow. Could Hendrix this one.
What I say to everyone, don't worry about the price. Just worry about what's in your heart.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, don't worry about the price, worry about your wife.
We have the wife counselling service downstairs. That's why we have some cookware and different things for the men as well. I discriminate against no one.
That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
So yeah, look, we've got some great stuff.
You got some of the best Fender stuff I've seen, like along this wall. It's
we're
great.
just so
Custom
lucky.
shop, you said, across the
Yeah,
top.
the whole top is custom shop. So some of them are limited edition, some of them are NAMM limited edition ones.
Wow.
We do have a Masterbuilt somewhere around here, but yeah, we're just very. We're either very lucky or very unfortunate to be bombarded with. Oh, that's the Masterbuilt.
Is this the Master? Yeah, I saw this before. It looks beautiful.
And it's called I think it's called bowling alley finish or something.
Yeah,
Or bowling ball finish because it looks like a bowling ball.
It does.
So
I didn't notice it until I got up. The light hit it and got up
Yeah.
a bit closer to it, and
it's
then
a stunning guitar.
yeah, look at this neck.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, wow. No, I'm only joking.
You broke it. You bought it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But we've got some vintage stuff. 62, 64, 72.
Yep.
That sort of. I'll show you something amazing.
Yeah, great.
Spin over here. All right, so you don't see these too often. God damn it.
What's
No
your
wonder
shoulder?
Jimmy Page's back is broken. This is a limited edition Jimmy Page triple pickup Les Paul Custom. They only made 500 of these in the world, and we happen to have two. It's a bizarre story, so I won't tell you all about it, but they are extremely rare in Australia. So, do you want to know how much they are? Can I tell
Sure.
you?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think we've got 34. I think we've got 34K on it. But today we can do it below the psychological barrier of 30K, because that's always that sort of that stepping stone.
I'll take it in a lefty. No.
We'll order it in.
Has the toggle switch on there, by the way. That's something I've never seen before.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Can you see that? He's got a 6-way toggle. So, and the story
Beautiful.
with this really is it's been kept in a closet. Was bought as an investment, and really never been played. So it comes with all the bits and pieces and all that sort of stuff.
Unreal.
So we have stuff like that, and then we, not everything's expensive. I mean, it mostly is, but check this out on the floor.
Yeah, this is great.
So this is a Silvertone with a case that becomes a speaker. Behold.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so these were catalog guitars back in the 50s and 60s. And of course, people like Jack White and Beck played them. Even Mick Jagger played one. So we've had a couple of those in. They're very cool. So,
It's very sort of Dan Electro-ish.
yeah, it's very much.
Yeah,
very
with
much.
the lipstick pickup and stuff. Yeah.
That's right. And a lot of people what they used to do is just take the lipstick pickup out because Stevie Ray had a lipstick pickup Strat.
Yep.
So a lot of these got tampered with, but
Okay.
they're great. Yeah, for a catalog
yeah.
guitar. Now, what else can I show you? I'll take you for I've got something special to show. Yeah, okay. Follow me.
All right,
Follow
let's do
me.
it.
Here's another Silvertone, which is that's the most collectible model, the 1449, I think. So that is the model. Oh, yes, be careful.
Yep.
I'm not covered. If you go down the stairs, we have to burn the place down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that Beck and Jack White have.
Beautiful.
Getty Lee bass, 70s bass. Okay, come this way.
I saw you got a Paoletti here as well, which
do have a
I've played one
Paoletti.
of these before. It's beautiful.
And the thing I love about the Paolettis is you get real crocodile skin in it, and I am all about putting as many animals into a guitar as possible. Especially if they come from the same forest that the wood is from, so you can harvest the wood and kill the animals all in one spot.
Actually, they make them with recycled timber. I think they do, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, they used to. They used to be wine barrels or something back in the day.
Well, here I
Or is that just stereotyping
no
Italians?
No animals were hurt. No animals were hurt there. But okay, so this is kind of cool. So this is from 1918, which is older than some of my customers, not all of my customers, of course. And that's a Gibson L1.
How short's the neck?
I know.
It's like this short.
What about the V in it?
Oh, it's the
Crazy.
Clapton V with
Crazy V.
with like a boat. What do they call the U-neck kind of
like
vibe? Yeah.
It's a big neck with a big V. So I love the vintage logo there. So incredible.
What are these sort of? What's something like this cost usually?
That is not as expensive as you would think. I think it's about $5. I think
Okay,
we got
wow.
$5 on it. So
All right.
now,
Stunning.
yeah. If I'm wrong and it's like 12,
You'll get a good discount. Just
don't come in.
coupon code in the blues. Yeah,
I'll blame it on Chet. Yeah, I'll show you one more.
Yeah,
and
great.
then
I'll get it out of your way.
I'll release you guys to the streets. But these are always amazing. It's a Martin Authentic D41. So the Martins, sort of the World War II and just pre-World War II Martins, are the most collectible guitars. This is a reissue, but it's an exact reissue of a D28 from 1941.
Yeah.
No truss rod in it.
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a beautiful guitar. Yeah.
An upside down E minor chord sounds glorious. Wow.
They're beautiful guitars.
Wow, that's something else. Yeah, I love the feel of this neck.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really,
that
really
is
great.
incredible.
I won't do the drop joke again with that one.
That's below the psychological barrier of $10,000. Wow. So, but look, you don't have to have $10,000 to come. I mean, it helps. It helps, but you don't have to. We do have something for you. I don't know where, but we have it. But look, I think that's probably.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, mate. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks for letting us do the tour and share it with everybody.
Before we get kicked out for loitering, I'm going to show you a little bit of the room downstairs because there's some really cool amplifiers and even more electric guitars. So let's take a look.
In this back room, we've got a Fender Twin Reverb. Look at this one. This is a classic. We've got a Silktone Astro amplifier, one I'm completely unfamiliar with, but I dig it. Anything with 2 controls usually sounds pretty good. An old school Gibson amplifier down here, the GA5. And that's cool. We've got a Dr. Z. This is the Maz 18. Beautiful head and cab. Little Gretsch amp. Wow, this looks old school. Take a look at the top of this guy. Got a 65 amp back here as well. Head and box. 2x12. I saw this on the website. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. My name's Shane. A massive thank you to Anthony from the Guitar Colonel for showing us around, letting us go through the shop, and of course to Rhyannon for her help behind the camera. It's always awesome sort of being able to free myself of the shackles of the vlogging environment. But I hope you get a kick out of this store. It's got some really cool stuff, and we kind of just scraped the tip of the iceberg. There's so many nice electric and acoustic guitars here. So stop by, give the Guitar Colonel a look. I'll link down to it in the description box. Thanks again to all the Patreon crew, channel members, and subscribers for your support with the series. Drop a thumbs up again if you haven't already. All that stuff really helps. And if you want to support the show even further, I have a Guitar Search Saturdays t-shirt that I normally wear in these episodes. So if you want to check that out, I'll link down to that in the description and you can check it out. I reply to everyone who buys one with a personalized video message. So thank you again, and I hope you get a kick out of it. It's hot as outside, so we're about to get out of here, chuck the air conditioning on and drive home. So thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.